time, what a time. What a time for a black man to be alive. Living in the struggle while trying to keep our composure. Killing each other while trying to look for that exposure. We all just want to make it, we should do it as a team. Build each other up and they can't even say a thing. Me and all my brothers just stuck together like glue. It's us against the world and you know what we finna do. Woo! Pop a bottle, we in here for celebration. We just wanna be the leaders that's pushing the generation. Take a seat and find your zone for the topic of conversation. Find a way for a positive revelation. Now this really ain't the time to be thinking about yourself, cause we just a bunch of hustlers that's trying to give out some help. We turn the cubs into lions inside of the den. Come and join the brotherhood if you really just wanna win, ayy.
It's your boy Daniel Lyons Evans, and you are live inside the den, and the next episode starts right now. We, as always, this is an unrehearsed, unscripted show, live and direct. And today we have a very special guest here. Today we have Mr. Lord Fly in the house right now. Y'all give it up for Lord Fly. He is a best-selling author. He is a artist, a painter. And he's an influencer. And just tell us a little bit about what you got going on, brother.
I mean, all around. What's just a lot of cameras? Which one should I?
Right here.
I'm just looking at you.
Yeah.
I can start looking at you and they can pick it up.
Yeah.
You let me know where I need to look. But all in all, as you said, Lord Fly, figure of inspiration. My purpose is to spread a message. Never apologize for being dope. Dope represents self. So never apologize for being who you are. But it's a process where you learn yourself to know yourself so you can be yourself. So with that,
dope. What's that?
Dope, driving out purpose expeditiously.
There you go. Driving out purpose
expeditiously.
Okay. So we're going to talk a little bit about some influence, some impact and income, and we're going to start off with your book here. Tell us about your book, brother.
No fear, no worries, no apologies. So as I said, the message, never apologize for being dope. No fear, no worries, no apologies is a slogan, so to speak. Something I've kind of said over time, but it encompasses the mindset to have when embracing never apologize for being dope. I mean, you know who you are, it's nothing to be afraid of. You know who you are, it's nothing to be worried about. You know who you are, it's nothing to apologize for. Because you can stand up for and stand behind everything that you do and offer substance and reasoning to it. So if there's something to be rectified, then that's just action that you need to take. Sorry or apologies that have to come to you. So with this book, it's a guide to yourself. It's really a window into who you are, asking you those simple questions: the who, what, when, where, why, and hows, who you are, how you move, what it is that you are actually working to accomplish in life. If it's anything, a lot of the time, just do it, make it happen. What is it? A lot of people don't know what their it is, but they're just on that track record, or on that pace, on that path. So, if nothing else, my book is it's an eye opener to understanding what your it is and understand the best way to attack it and ensure that it's accomplished.
So it's just like your first book, or
this
you got many other
books? This is my first book. I can say a lot of the things of me were not. I didn't grow up to be an author. I didn't grow up to be a painter. I didn't grow up to be anything. Growing up, I wanted to invent something nobody had ever invented. I just wanted to be known for something that no one else was known for. And with that, through my life and through my journey, a lot of things were spiritual. It was a lot of assisting and helping people, not knowing why. It's just naturally what came of me, being someone that naturally smart and able to creatively piece and put things together, problem solve. I've been that way since I was a kid. So, and I've always been one to talk, to speak and talk. So transitioning to Lord Fly, that's my real name. That's who I am. Right? So it's a transition.
So
that's what I go by. Yes. That's,
on your birth certificate?
No, that's not what I was born as, but that's the name I took on and have lived as Lord Fly for the last, will be 8 years now. So 8 years since 2014. I've been on this journey to spread a message. That's truly all it was. As you said, I didn't work to be an author, but speaking for a living and talking to people, I wanted my words to be more impactful, more influential, just be saying, and to go further than just us talking. And then if you didn't hear it, then how you gonna get it? And
and that's cool that you said that, because I'm always I'm in the mindset of showing people how.
Yes.
Because you can tell somebody to do something, And you know, if you don't have that step-by-step process, then are you really telling them
how to do it? But
you know what I mean?
Most people are suggesting something they heard from somewhere else.
Yeah, everybody is reliving something they heard somebody say.
Yes.
And so until you can like take the steps to get it done, this is step one, step two. I don't care if you got a, you know, alcohol program where it's got a 10-step program. If you're not giving that person the steps, like one of them could be love yourself. Okay, but how do you love yourself? If you don't know how to get that done, and a lot of that stuff, you know, self-awareness and self-love comes from being able to go into the past and forgive yourself for the traumatic thing that might have happened to you, whatever, so that you can love yourself. Because truly, you can't love nobody else until you're able to love yourself first. And then the Lord Fly, having that name, like you said, you've been Lord Fly since 2014. You know, I've been Daniel Lyons and Evans for the last 2 years, man. And I'm just trying to you know, to live in the now and be able to, you know, to whatever message you got to spread.
And that's when you asked me about like what I wanted to speak about, impact, influence, and income. Why I say that? I'm one of gifted gab. So putting things together in a way that, you know, they're readily understood and readily taken. Even like NAFB dope. It's really an acronym. It's NAFB, the word dope. But how I say it, it flows, so it sounds like something else. But it's really the acronym. So impact, influence, and income. For me, my focus is my purpose. I'm truly here to change the world with a message, to inspire and motivate, push people forward. What I'm supposed to do is connect, to offer inspiration, motivation, and growth. That's what I'm here to do. Everything else is what the world offers us and tells us that we do. Things, money, you know, resources, circumstances, where we all have a purpose in life. And aligning yourself with that purpose puts you on that guided path to make sure that it's achieved. Now, from that purpose, of course, blessings and things will come about. But if you're not aware and in tune with your own purpose, that's where the distraction and the distortion comes. Miscommunication, misinterpretation, where someone can tell you a thing, and as you said, you're not telling me to actually show me how. You're just telling me because you feel like that's what you need to say in this moment. And a lot of life is propelled by that in this day and age, where that's my full focus, just to open people's minds to understanding, to really be able to learn themselves, to know themselves so they can be themselves. That's the process of never apologize for being dope. So it's not just, oh, I'm not afraid of anything, I'm never saying sorry. Like, no, you have to be aware of why there should be no sorry. We're walking down the street, not tripping. You don't have to say sorry. I can acknowledge what I've done and rectify the situation without apologies or sorry ever coming to it. Because I know myself well enough to know I didn't mean to do it. I just oh man, my fault, I didn't mean to do that. Is there anything that I can do to, you know, ensure that we make better this situation? Sorry, apology didn't come into it. I took my accountability, which is what's most important. We have to hold ourselves accountable.
Well, people have to understand that, you know, not every apology is genuine. Asking somebody for an apology against their will is asking them to apologize to you. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And I would take the no response, a genuinely no response from somebody, faster than I'll take an apology.
Apologize.
You don't have to lie to me, man. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And so, and that's a good thing, man. And how old are you?
31.
31 years old, dropping homage, man. You know, that's very rare in today's society. We done had a lot of good shows, man. We done talked to a lot of good people, man. And some of the messages, you know, it's just a breath of fresh air to hear somebody your age with this type of message, man, because ultimately, the ultimate goal of what we're doing inside the den, I'm glad you're here because, you know, one of the lyrics, you know, I only heard the theme song, but I gotta keep talking about it every week because it is one of the things that's so impactful. One of the lines in the song is returning cubs into lions inside the den, join the brotherhood if you're really just trying to win. I believe in that. That's, you know what I'm saying? I believe in that. So when we get together, we were just talking earlier before, you know, we had some little technical difficulties with the cameras and everything. And I was telling Mr. Antonio here, my visual effects guy, that I wanted this to be, by far one of the best shows that we ever done.
Okay.
And so we talking, and as I'm looking around the room, I'm looking at Antonio. He's working on some projects. He's gonna talk about it, on his set and everything. I hear what you got going on. You got the book, and then Mr. Caleb is working on getting some things done with the cafe this year. And I'm just sitting around looking at everybody and said, this is excellence right here, man.
It is.
And not just black excellence. This is excellence because you got people from all different walks of life. You're 31. How old are you, Tonio?
28.
28. And then Caleb, how old are you?
Today I'm 34.
Today your birthday?
Yeah.
Oh, happy birthday, bro.
Happy birthday, Caleb.
You definitely,
Happy birthday.
you definitely do not have the happy birthday energy. Like, come on, man. Shots.
Oh, wow.
Happy birthday, man.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah, right.
So,
Happy birthday.
34, 28, 31, and I'm 41. But I feel like I can be, 28 or 31. And I keep, young energy around me so I can keep going, And so just being able to be in the presence of you young men really motivates me to see everything you all got going on, man.
It's an honor and pleasure to be in the room with you guys. Being connected. We first got connected through. I can't remember my guy's name. Ashbell. Because I didn't know him from. I didn't know
Social media,
right?
right?
Just social media.
So I'm looking for someone to paint this mural behind me, and I'm like, do you know anybody? And I know Antonio does some things, and Ashbell sent me a referral, and it was you. And I'm like, okay, do you know this guy? I already know him. He just, you talk about him, y'all chop it up and everything. That's how Ashbell talk. Y'all chop it up. You know what I mean?
That's the common denominator in the room.
Yeah. So Ashbell is a guy, been mentoring him for a few years now, and he turned me on to Antonio.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I know what saying. College, bro.
Yeah, so they got their own little thing going already because they do music together. Ashbell's a music producer.
Gotcha.
He was on the show last year. He's gonna be on again this year. But so he introduced me to him, and we were talking, and then you, and now we in this room together. And I'm thinking about, I'm looking at you into the future, and I'm seeing this guy who is a best-selling author. He's a movie director. I'm seeing this guy that's has an art studio, and I value the starting moments of somebody's career. Like there's gonna come upon a time where a conversation like this may be a little bit more difficult because I gotta go through your agent. And I gotta go through your booking agent.
I'm really working for the people that I've been connected with to not have to go through that.
Well,
I understand.
I'll have my people call your people.
You might not want to get that big, but that comes with the territory.
Yes, sir.
So when I see these rappers on stage and these big people on stage, and they got their entourage around them, and they give their shots out to my homeboy, this and that. I'm like, it has to have a moment where they flash back to that couch.
Oh no,
When they was starving, eating pizza, you know what I'm saying? Like sleeping in their car,
Man.
not having a whole lot, and they say, I remember when I was there. And
Started
now I'm
from the
here.
bottom, now we're here.
So I value those moments because one day I'm gonna be able to say, I knew Lord Fly when he was just a fly on the wall. You know what I'm saying? I knew Lord Fly when he believed he could fly.
That's like I said, impact, influence, and income. Why income is at the end of it is because through my journey, income was never a focus. Like my whole life, I've been a person where put me in a position and I'm gonna make something out of nothing. So even down to my parents, it's like, well, if you just put me there, I'm gonna get it done. Conversations about the money aspect of it kind of throw me off because that's a different side of my brain where I have to be more tedious, and I can be that way. I am that way. Like I'm a mathematician when it comes to numbers, but I really don't. I'd rather stay in my creative side. So we can have this whole conversation about a mural and money not coming to it, but we have the respect of one another where I got Lord Fly to pay me a mural. So I already know I'm gonna make sure he's straight. I don't have to go into that situation worried about, Daniel's gonna try to take advantage. It's like I don't think like that. Mm-hmm. Someone has to put me in a mindset to think like that, because when I come to meet anybody, it's face about, hey man, how you doing? Oh, you want something painted? Bet. We met, and I'm in here doing the measuring and all. It's like, that's what I had to learn to do, because really, you could have said what you wanted. I would have said you wanted to paint it. It's like, look what you have. Bet, I'm going to do it. Mm-hmm. But then realizing like, man, I'm starting to pay for my own pay because I care about my work. But the income part wasn't my focus.
Well, you know, I believe in life, if you set out to do a thing in life, even the Bible says that your gifts will make room for you. So you don't have to have money as the object or the topic.
Yes.
If you set out to do a good job, then the grind has to pay you
Take
back.
care of itself. That's
You
it.
know what I'm saying? So even with Tonio here, you know, we get into some things that when you rock with me, and I guarantee you that this is going to be an opportunity, you know, because he's just coming on board season 2. Season 1, it was just me and K-Love over here. Me and K-Love, you know what I'm saying? We ain't grinding it out. So I said, I want to make, you know, season 2 a little bit more epic, you know what I'm saying, a little better. So how can I make it? And so I'm getting involved with you young guys, man. Y'all
I
are.
don't even think we started talking about money until after
It wasn't even a topic until like later on down the road, because I have about 3 people right now that's seriously looking for somebody to shoot a video, and so he's going to get the publicity just off being part of what he's doing right now. And I told him, you know, when you start doing your project, I want to be involved to help you get it out. So, like I say, you young guys are the experts at this social media era that we're going through. Like, if you rewind to take 20 years ago, I wouldn't be sitting talking to y'all about no social media.
Yeah, no, not at all.
You know what I'm saying? Before they had Facebook, they had MySpace. You know, before MySpace, they had Yahoo chat.
Messenger chat.
Black
Black Planet.
One
stuff like that.
thing I was gonna say real quick, when you put money first, you lose sight of the vision.
Yes.
And everything crumbles.
You have
start to think, oh man, I gotta get paid. I gotta get paid.
Yes.
Then
So-
you just lose. It crumbles. It's gonna crumble. Like, but if it's like, okay, well, let me just do what I gotta do, and then because sometimes you'll shortchange yourself. I'm looking at money.
But I'm more interested in the opportunity that
Exactly.
you have to present yourself. You know, I'll do whatever show for free if it'll get me to where I need to be down the road. And that's how you have to approach things, where it's not always about money, but how can we connect on the greater cause, like spread your message out to the world. Get on my podcast, get on my platform, let them see your face and see your voice. And the people that you didn't have on yours, they'll be. So this is what I'm about, trying to help people, you know, grow into the next level. You know. So the next thing, let me see that stick, man. I know you probably got some sentimental value. in
Nah,
it.
just give it to me. I just, you know,
Tell me
because
about
because I handed it to you is why you could have it. Most people I don't let, you know, that's a powerful thing that I will. So I definitely don't take that lightly.
You know what this remind me of? You remember Moses?
Yes, sir.
Moses was given a staff.
Moses was a
And-
messenger.
Yeah,
He simply had a
Moses was
purpose he had to
messenger.
serve.
And he was given a staff, and the overall message of the Moses and the staff is he got more work done with his staff than he did without his staff. And so in business, you need a staff around you
Yes, sir.
to get your work done. And so this is a very interesting stick here.
Appreciate it.
What does this stick mean to you?
So as I said, I mean, I keep referring to me spreading the message, but that's truly who I am. Like, Lord Fly is who I am. The message is never apologize for being dope. Is the message that I spread. From that business group. So of course now Lord Fly paints murals. Lord Fly is a book. Lord Fly is these things. But in the beginning, it was me and talking to people. You know, just ensuring that I'm impacting and influencing as many people as possible. So I met a 6'5" Native American man. He had a long gray beard. I mean, gray braid to the middle of his belt. He was at the flea market, NC State Fairgrounds, and he had this laying amongst other things, and I was already in, I guess, in pursuit of a staff. Not to carry it every day, but it's something in my spirit, something in my energy, it's telling me that I may get one. So I'm going to get one. See this one, you know, I'm standing with it for about 10, 15 minutes. Guy comes back, he's like, man, you want that? I was like, man, it's already mine. Just tell me what you need for it. Like I came out here for this. This is it. There's no conversation needs to be. Just tell me how much. And then he was like, man, I can't sell it to you. So we got a problem because I'm not leaving it without it. And he was like, why? And I told him who I was, what it was about. Like, man, I'm more a philosopher, a message of self-awareness and positivity. This is never apologize for being dope. Learn yourself, know yourself, be yourself. Time is your luxury. Own it, don't waste it. Ensure substance and reason. I'm giving him the spiel for about 10 minutes. He was like, wow, man. It's like, so you really want this, huh? I'm like, no, I'm telling you it's mine. Just tell me how much you want for it. And because I'm so eager, don't try to like tell me $2,000 or something. I know that's not the case. He was like, no, I'm not gonna do that. He was like, man, that belongs to my best friend. He passed away. I've carried the staff for 4 years now, or it'll be 5, but this was 5 years ago. So he was saying his best friend passed away 5 years to that date. And he told him he was a minister, and he traveled the world, and it was carved for him specifically in Africa. He told his best friend, he was like, man, don't ever sell it, but you will know when you need to give it away. And he met me, and he was like, man, for some reason, I just feel like you're not supposed to leave without this. So I'm gonna make sure that you have it. And I told him, like, well, if you give it to me and we ever meet again, I'll have it. I carry it every day, and I have it. So it's really part of my journey. It's part of my everything that makes me up. So, when I speak of being a messenger, or speak to who I am and what I do, is a lot of those experiences that's a story. But if you wouldn't have asked me, I would have told you. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Like, I'm not looking to make something or, make a big deal. That's just the reality of it. But when someone hears it, it's like, man, I really have. It's like, yeah. that's how life
I would
goes.
like to have one made like that with a lion head or something like that. So somebody will do that kind of work.
I mean, that's doable.
I wanna find somebody to make me one.
Okay, yes, we can definitely make that happen. We can definitely make that. Now it won't be the guy I got this one from.
Oh, I have
I'm not
not
seeing
seen
it
the guy,
yet. But in the 5 years that I've carried it, it has created quite a bit of networking, connection, and conversations. So I have come in contact with a few people that make it. Because people have tried to, like, man, I'll make you one. Just give me that one. I'll make you a new one. No, you can make me one. I'll keep this one.
I want somebody to make me one.
With a lion head at the top.
Lion head at the top, and then have some different things like you got
Coach, yeah.
climbing up the side of the
So, yeah,
wall and
it's,
stuff like. Because I have a journey. I done been, I done played football. I done been in the military. I done been to prison. I done been inside. I done been inside the actual lion's den. Is where all this come from.
Sure.
When I was in prison, that was the lion's den for me. You know what I mean? And the reason why the lion's den is so significant, if you know the story of Daniel and the lion's den, the king purposely didn't feed the lions for weeks to make sure that they were hungry. And they put Daniel in the lion's den. He had so much faith in God that God shut the mouth of the lions. And the king was so eager to go back to the lion's den the next day to see if Daniel survived, to see, you know what I'm saying? And I can only imagine his face when he saw Daniel kick back from the lions, chilling. And so going through something like going to prison, the system is the lion. And it's supposed to, rip you apart, and people get lost in that system. And so to have that part of my life not destroy me, but it catapulted me into my entrepreneurship. That's why, I say inside the den, because that's where you really find out who you really are. I'm gonna tell you something. I prayed a prayer right before I went to prison, and it was crazy because, I was going on, self-journey. I was in my early 20s. And I was in my mid-20s by the time I say, ask God for patience. And we serve a God that is so, he's so awesome in everything he does.
Yes, sir.
If you ask God for an apple, he's not going to give you an actual apple. He's going to give you the apple seed, and then you plant the seed, and when the seed grows out of the ground and comes to a tree, instead of getting one apple, you get a whole tree full of them, but the tree has a purpose of being able to provide shade for you. So you have to be careful what you ask God for on your journey.
Sure.
So when I asked God for patience, I didn't know that the patience was going to come in the form of be set down for years and not have to depend on, God for everything. And so that time I spent in there, I spent the time, getting my mind right. I spent the time getting my body right. I spent the time just really focusing on who I was as a man. And so the lions, the system didn't cause me no harm but it actually catapulted me into, you know, the person I am now. And when you learn to accept who you are, you're able to make those kind of statements you made, you know, apologetic, you know.
No worries, no
You
problem.
have to know who you are as a man, brother, because if you put that on the wall and if you don't stand for something, you fall for anything, man. And that's one of my favorite quotes, man. We dealing with just knowing who you are.
Artwork is a tool that I use.
Yeah.
So I'm a figure of inspiration. The tools that I use, you know, whether it be something that I was gifted with or something that I learned over time, everything that I do is essentially a tool. I'm not looking to do that. I'm not an author. I don't look at myself as an author. I read a book. I have a book. Now, in the framework, I'm an author. But that's not where my focus is, because I respect authors. There are people that dedicate their whole lives to writing books. No, I have a lot to say, and I need it to be remembered.
Well, that's a different being an author and being a journalist. In my mind, I think that you are an author, but because you don't put out a body of work every year, that doesn't mean you're not an author. The author will come out with a body of work when it's time for it to be born.
That's for sure. That's for sure.
I was listening to an interview about Maxwell. With Maxwell, the way he does music, he came out with Black Summer's Night album. Then he came out with Black Summer's Night album Part 2, and he got Black Summer Night Part 3 for now. Now it was the first one came out in 2009, 2010, something like that, and Part 2 didn't come out until like 2016 or something, 17, something like that. And he said, why did it take so long? He said, because when I'm doing an album, I have to feel it. I ain't gonna just put it out.
I just do it. And I just
So, and then part of your relationship is part of the album. You know, people write they do their best work when they're under pressure, when they're going through a hard time in life. Because music, I believe, is the key to, happiness and give people, longevity. And so, books is another platform for you to. You don't have any kids, right?
No, sir. No, sir.
So when you leave a legacy behind,
For sure.
this is gonna live
For sure.
forever. And say, how do you leave your impact on the world? Put it in the book. And the next book is still being written right now.
For sure.
So you are an author.
A lot like music is, like you said, it's your experiences that allow you to. You have to be able to take from something to put it into something. So, and as I said, I am an author, a framework. For me, I'm a figure of inspiration. Author is a tool, just like artist. It's like, well, I'm an author today. Tomorrow, I'm painting a mural. I'm a muralist now. I'm on stage doing a show. Am I a host? People don't know that I also produce this whole show. I have engineered, and everything is running off of me. So, am I the host or am I the event player? What am I? I'm more a fly. It's like let's skip all the titles and things of those natures.
You gotta
like,
let the plug up
let's
here.
Let's focus on what we need to get done. And yes, to get anything done, as you say, you need a staff. You need people to play roles. People have to understand those roles. But with that, you have people that sign their whole lives up to play a role. Where I don't want people to sign up to play a role. I want you to sign up to be a human being. Allow that role to be something that only fuels and propels you. But you have to know yourself well enough to know why you even have that mindset about it. Like a doctor. It's like that mindset like a doctor. It's like, oh, well, he above everybody. It's like, to be honest, you ain't really doing nothing like this. You just went to school for a long time, and there's a lot of respect for your craft, and yes, but I mean, is a pediatrician more important than a surgeon? Is the brain, surgeon more important than the person working with you? It's just like, these are roles that you play. And a lot of it, you doing it to get paid. So you can take care of your life. Usually to apply it to something else. Whether it be you being a person that's about family, you being a person that's about the other things that you can create from life. So for me, that's my whole focus, is to help people understand that you are a person. You are someone that is unique. There's no one else on this earth like you. Why sign up to play a role?
And this is the thing that, and I didn't even cut you off. Dave Chappelle, he's one of the comedians that actually is they call it woke.
That's my favorite.
Dave Chappelle said that, before he got into show business, he talked to his father say, know what your price is. And if it ever gets too high, then walk away. And
so you got people, like you said, out here playing roles, but when is that role, when is the price too high? You know, you sell your soul to the devil to be somebody's monkey. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, you know, you just playing a role. When this person is done doing what he's doing, then off to the next one.
It's tough. It's tough to see your opposition when you don't know what you look like. A lot of people brush their teeth with their heads down. A lot of people go into the bathroom and don't look into the mirror subconsciously. It's because a lot of people don't want to face themselves because they don't know who they are. And it's not a problem. It's only a problem when you're knowingly doing it now. Now you know I don't know what's going on, but you're still choosing to. Okay, now you're making a choice. See, ignorance and stupidity are two totally different things. A person can be ignorant to a thing and learn how to make better. Or a stupid person is choosing to be stupid. They can know everything under the sun and are choosing to do this because of their own stupidity, their own mindset. It's keeping people from being that way. Life is perspective. It's not good, bad, and different. Things are. What's good to you is bad to you. It's so-so to him. None of that could matter to you. But with that, it's having your own understanding of what these things are to you. A chair is a chair is a chair. A wall is a wall is a wall. How you feel about these things, yes, that will change depending on the person, but it doesn't change the fact that it's a wall. So if we don't accept and understand that it's a wall, so we can understand how to make better from it, not walk into it. But you have people walking straight into the wall thinking it's a door. Because they're not really paying attention. Someone told them it's a door right there, so they just go, and it's woke, whatever you call it, it's just having an understanding of who you are, so you understand what it is that you need to do.
And not only that, man, you have to really, be in love with the person that you see standing back at you. I made a statement probably about a month or two ago on Facebook that loving yourself is not considered conceited or narcissistic, arrogant, but because of the society that we live in right now, if you don't love yourself, you ain't gonna get it from the world. Because every 10 seconds you see an image of somebody telling you how imperfect you are and how you need to be better. They got these filters where you can make yourself look so pretty on the post and all this kind of stuff. And I was just saying, think myself the other day, they got all these different cartoon apps and cartoon. It's a darn shame that some people look better as cartoons than they do as real in real life. And some of them look better as animals with rabbit ears and noses than they do looking. So it's like, who are you really trying to please? You know what I mean? So if you ain't in love with the person you see stand back at you, man, I mean, you're going to be lost.
That's a dangerous game right there.
Huh?
That's a dangerous game.
It is a dangerous game because, modern cosmetology and modern technology will have you being in love with a false image of yourself. You get blue contacts in your eyes, and you can keep them in for 2 or 3 months at a time. You done forgot what your real eyes look like. You done had these contacts in so long. Or you done put an extension in your hair so long so you actually forget that it's naps underneath that, and you think that your hair really that color, or whatever the nail situation. And now you got stuff for men to put wigs on their head, and you can go and get a wig put and have it faded up and stuff.
It all speaks to a lack of self-awareness.
Yeah.
If you don't know who you are or who you want to be, what is there to love? How do I love something I love? I don't know.
And also, you can't take care of nobody if you won't take care of you.
That's deep, but that's deep. And as much as that's said, how do I take care of you? I don't even know what takes care of me. Because you eat 3 times a day, do I have to? Is that taking care of myself? Or is that doing some, it's like, you have to know what needs to happen for you. Which sometimes that's sitting in a dark room and just thinking.
Dude,
I can ask yourself questions.
I'm gonna tell you something, brother. Everybody think that, that I'm such a outgoing person, brother. I'm gonna tell you, my mom was just here for after the holiday. She came, and I remember talking to my mom. I love my mom.
Love to the mother.
Mom, if you're listening, I love you.
Mom,
when I was
I
telling
love
the story, they kind of got emotional when I was talking to my mom. When I was coming up,
I was a very shy person.
Okay.
I was an introvert, and people don't believe that. Being raised up in the South, and my dad was a preacher and all that kind of stuff, I used to get picked on as a kid. And I told a story, about my dad was teaching us, me and my brothers, about not fighting. We don't fight in his family. We resolve it differently. And my dad told me to turn the other cheek. And I didn't know what that meant. So I'm getting bullied at school, and the bully hit me in my left jaw. And I can remember my dad in my mind saying, turn the other cheek. And I turned the other cheek, and he hit me in the other cheek. I got smacked twice. I'm like, God dog. So I go home.
My cheeks left now.
I go home, my dad crying, confused, like I just got beat up because I'm listening to you. And so that right there was like me being an introvert. Like, I don't know why people used to bother me. And so the energy, the mentality, the self-awareness, the isolation, the self-talks that it takes just for me to be sitting right now in front of you, man. It's like that swan that you see floating on the water, and you go underneath the water and see his feet moving up. Dude, I get nervous, man. I'm a nervous wreck when I deal with people that like just in general, but I have to force myself into a role of, confidence. But I know who I am. It just took me to see myself from a different set of lenses to see that you are worth it, you are worthy, you are confident in who you are, and all your flaws are what were, made equally for you. You know what I mean? Like, I used to always be crying. I was in elementary school about I got a gap teeth in my mouth. And he used to pick on me about the gap in my mouth and how dark my skin was. And I was like, man, I'm just like the ugly duckling. You know what I mean? And so when I realized that, embrace your flaws.
Absolutely.
Because that's who you are. If they had me in a 100-man lineup, they're gonna recognize me because they gap. They're gonna recognize me because of this. This is who I am. And embrace that. God didn't make no mistakes when He created me, and I, He created me, I believe, unique. You know what I mean? Ain't nobody else can beat me being me.
Look, man, we are all as unique as a snowflake.
Oh yes,
Always, every
last
even
one.
twins. Like, no snowflake is the same, but together we look like snow. And it is tough to see, though, you being that individual snowflake. You can't forget that you're a snowflake. You can't start to believe that you snow, because for one, you can't be snow by yourself.
Now that's deep.
Exactly. Can't be snow by yourself. That's a
snowflake.
very powerful statement. You cannot be snow by yourself. Individually, you are a snowflake.
That's
Together, you are snow. But that was one reason why, when I was in the military, I didn't like being dressed all the same in camouflage, man. I'm like,
man, one sound.
we go to the Marine Corps ball, or we go to a ball, and everybody got the same thing on. I like to make my stuff look fresh.
That's it.
Like to make my stuff look unique. Can't be unique if you got on the same stuff everybody. So I'm like, I wasn't really feeling the whole, group thing. So I like the individuality, man. I like the people to know that, I am.
Know who you are. Know what's up. And like you said earlier, there's nothing wrong with it. That's not arrogance. That's not. I know myself and love myself enough to know what I'm with, what I'm not with, what I want to involve my time, my effort, my energy, my love into, what I don't. And a lot of the times, because of, our times today, that scares people because they're not used to it. And when you met with something, most times you met with the unknown, people respond in fear. How people respond with their fear is definitely different. Some people react or some people retreat. But with that, it's helping people to understand how to have that mindset about themselves. So then you won't be so afraid when, you do meet someone you don't know, an unknown figure that has that aura, the presence, that energy. But now you're not afraid. Now you're intrigued. You're more understanding and respectful to it. Because the foundation of anything is respect. How do we get anywhere without having a respect for what something is, who someone is, how something came about? Like, everything else can go out the window. Like, we don't have to like each other as long as we respect one another.
Yeah.
That's what Denzel Washington told that boy on Fences.
I don't gotta like you,
What
boy.
long say I got to like
for
you.
you. Yeah. Because I always say I like you.
You hear me,
I'm
right?
responsible for you.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
when that's as harsh as it sounds, it's the truth.
Yeah.
I don't have to like you.
Tough love.
But he better respect me. He owed me my money not because he liked me, because he owed me.
You owe me. And you see how that line probably like, man, Denzel coming out. It's like, nah, he's speaking real to him.
Hey, yeah.
This new generation is afraid of tough love, man.
Man, it's almost
Think about it. Everything we live in the PC era,
Yeah.
where everything was made to be
Everything-
politically correct, and now politics are. We had someone that was not a politician become the president, but everything is politics. If you
Right.
notice, you hear that all the time. Oh, man, it's politics. What's the politics?
What is
politics? What is politically correct? What is that really? It's just a way to say something without saying it.
Trying to be
And
right.
I don't talk that way. No, if I want to say something, I'm gonna say it. It's like,
Hey, I just said.
I tell my lady, like, I'm not gonna ask you 3 questions
Mhm.
when I want to ask you this. I'm gonna ask you this to get my answer so we can move forward. Why I want to go around the corner when I can go straight in the door? Like, and that's the era we live in. Everybody want to go around it.
So, me and Antonio was talking earlier, and this was funny. He said, now, because of politically correct thing, you can call somebody a racist without never using the word racist. So if I was talking to somebody and I was calling them racist, all I gotta do is say, "You must be a Trump supporter." And automatically,
That's the
you
BC
assume-
way of saying.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, if I could call you a Trump supporter and you take it as me calling you racist, why can't I just call you racist?
Exactly. It's crazy.
What do we avoid? What do we get going around
Yeah.
that's still right there?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It's, you ever I'm a Marvel guy, so you ever seen Thor?
I've seen Thor.
So you know when he try to run around the thing and he run back, that's what people be doing.
Yeah.
You think you going somewhere? No, you sitting in a circle, baby. Where you going? You ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
You going in circles to get nowhere. You run on the treadmill going nowhere fast. You're on a hamster wheel.
Wow.
Exerting a lot of energy to get nothing
A
done.
lot of people on that hamster
The hamster
wheel
wheel.
right now.
The why to it, and the why to it is because a lot of people don't know their own hamster wheel. We are influences in life. We are influenced. How we were influenced when they were born to now leads us in God. That's why knowing yourself and how you're influenced, why you're influenced. Like, oh man, why do I like strawberries? You don't just like strawberries. Why do I like strawberries? Well, my great aunts used to in the summer like get strawberries, and that's what we used to eat. So it's a bunch of strawberries. I always like strawberries. If I didn't know that, I probably eat strawberries. What am I allergic to? Never tried it. Never. It's the understanding. That's learn yourself to know yourself, so you can be yourself. So other people learn to know in order for you to be. So it's really a double process. But getting your process down, you're going to already go through the process of other people learning. But if you know it and you're moving on it, that's all they can learn from you. They can't make anything of how you just spoke of all your experiences. I don't believe someone could lie on you, and anyone that knows you wouldn't allow them to, because you were so distinct in your character. It's like, dang, I'm about to do that. He may do this, but he's not going to do that. You simply like, you're distinct in your character.
Yeah.
And if anything, that's how we would want the world to be, because that builds respect. Like, I respect everything of you, because for one, you were solid within your character. When you speak, it is very direct. It's not around the corners. Like, no, you're giving me exactly what you want to give me. I can embrace it. I can respect it. I can take that in. Whether I like it or not, why do I have to like it? It's not what I'm saying. It's what you're saying.
Yeah. We have to get to a point in our lives where we're able to take that type of constructive criticism or whatever you call it, and be able to move forward instead of using that as a crutch to get left behind.
For sure.
All this politically correct and all this kind of stuff, man. I don't get it. You supposed to say things you want to say, and whether it offends anyone or not, to call somebody a homosexual or a faggot or whatever you call them, a gay or whatever, I choose to use different words because in my own mind, I'm a comedian.
Yeah.
So if I see a transgender, I might refer to him as a transformer. Now, is that wrong because I said that? In my mind, that's what and then if I say, okay, you know, they might be Decepticons because they're deceiving people, thinking that they just want to, that's just me.
That's you.
But I wouldn't, you know, I'm not here to, you know.
You're not out here.
I'm not running for president.
Yeah, or putting people down. That's not. I mean,
You
that's
know what I'm saying?
speaking to what it is. If you were saying that in a derogatory way, like you said, comedian. So I'm coming from a funny place.
Yeah. But that, I mean, and that also got a lot to do with, you know, how people learn and how they relate to things. Like
Sure.
when I was in high school, that I played football, and I was a NFL football fanatic. When I was dealing with math and dealing with numbers, I would have to remember things in a way that I cannot forget. So forever in my life, the number 22 is always going to be related to Emmitt Smith to me. 56 is going to always be Lawrence Taylor. 21 is going to always be Deion Sanders. And you know what I mean? 88, Michael Irvin. So when I think about how to relate to things, so in my mind, when I hear transgender, my mind goes to transformer, and then Decepticon. That's just how my mind.
That's how you piece and put it together.
I might have a little touch, a little hint of retardation or something. I don't know if that's even the political correct word or whatever. I might be ADD, but I might be autistic. I don't know. I know I'm an artist, so am I artistic or autism? I'm joking.
No, for sure.
But anyway,
I mean, it's because, like you said, that's your thought process and your way to relate to understanding.
yeah.
If you are put in a position where there's no understanding, that's all. What else are you supposed to do? You only can resort to what is it you know.
What you can relate to.
What you can relate to.
Yeah,
Like, if I don't
right.
know, all I can do is go off what I know. What you just said, I do the same thing.
How do you? One day you might have a son,
For sure.
and if this alphabet community is still relevant whenever your son is born, and one day your son will come to you and he might ask you a question about one of these people, but he might have a whole drawer full of toys. How do you explain stuff to kids?
Respect.
So, you know what I'm saying?
Like the things that we have to know as people are complicated. It's when we want to make it how we want it to be. That's
Yes.
what makes it complicated.
Yes.
Things are what they are. When you start trying to make it how it is, but how you need it to be,
Man.
that's just like I can teach a kid about, you know, LGBTQ community. Respect people. Understand that people are their own people and you have no say so over what they do. But be respectful and understanding enough to know that there's nothing that you can say or do to change who they are. But there's nothing that they should be able to say or do to change who you are.
Just like you said, when people try to force fit,
Yeah.
you try to force fit a piece of the puzzle. and
Put
don't
a square into a circle. It don't work that way.
But you have to, you know, in today's society, you got to have a conversation with the kids
With the
about
kids, yes.
the birds, and it used to be
The birds and the bees.
the birds
That's
and
the
the
birds.
bees.
The birds.
That was the birds and the bees, the bees and the birds. Hey, the
We don't
bird
want to leave anybody
the
out.
bird that used to be bees, the bees that used to be birds. Hey, I know.
Birds and the Beatles.
Birds, bees, and beetles.
You got to have the full conversation.
Sure.
with it. And this is another topic, just to kind of get off, you know, being a father, you know, I got old girls.
Okay.
So no father wants to have the conversation with his daughter about a certain thing.
For sure.
Right? And so one of my kids came to me and, you know, was heartbroken about the situation.
Okay.
Boy, and I had to get into the father role, and I had to tell my daughter about the young men that looked like me when I was 18.
I was about to say you got all daughters, so
So I got to tell my kids straight up.
You was live outside when you was young.
I got to tell my kids about these little boys, that what they want and how they act, and after they get it, how they do it and that kind of stuff.
I never forget. My sister, I have a sister. She's 4 years younger than me. So when she was 12, 13, 14, when she about to go to high school, I'm a very direct person. And that's how, how I was raised, how I was like conditioned. Like, no, tell people what you want them to know so you can ensure that they know what's up. So I would tell my sister like what it is. It's like I'm around these guys. Like, these is my friend. I know these ain't shit. So look, this is how they gonna come at you. Look, if you're gonna have sex, look, this is how I need to go. Like, so you know. So I don't want my sister to become that girl that out here for everybody. Or she was sheltered for forever. And now when she get outside, she out here for everybody.
Out there.
That's how I was, as a teenager to my younger sister. Now we both grown, and she'll tell like, it was funny back then. It's like I was being. I only knew how to be real and authentic to it, and I was so afraid of you being what I know I'm experiencing. No, so if I gotta tell you in the harshest way, this is how I gotta be. Look, this is how it goes outside, and be prepared. No, they ain't gonna be like, yes, they are. They are like that.
But you also gotta take it a step further. Like I told my kid, I say, let me help bless your life, and I have to break it down to my kid. I say, 3 areas that our bloodline struggles with. And I gave her the 3 areas. I say, if you can recognize these 3 areas, then you can be aware, because this is where your bloodline has a problem. I say, you come from me and you come from your mama. So your mama got struggles on her end, her blood.
I got struggles over here.
This blood right here got a whole different struggle. So what I'm trying to tell you, like, be prepared for this, because this is coming. And if you don't be prepared for it, it's gonna knock you off your feet. But if I can prepare you for it before you get to that age, then you can say, "Oh, Daddy warned me about this. Let me handle this with care." Because for a long time, I was 21 years old before I even tasted alcohol. Was legal age in the military, fighting for the country. Legal age to drink before I touched one drop, because I know that there's a alcoholic spirit in my blood. I don't want to indulge in something that I'm already predisposed to doing. You know what I mean?
Y'all trying to get me early. No.
Exactly. So I'm telling my kid, look, don't touch this. This is gonna be a problem. Stay away from this. This is gonna be a stronghold. And watch out for this. If you can look at those 3, you may be able to make it further in life than I did. Because these 3 areas, almost jam me all the way down. You know what I mean? And so I gotta be real with mine, because I know that ain't nobody else gonna be real with them.
That's what's and
The world ain't gonna, like you say, the world ain't. You gotta tell your kids that this boy. I told my daughter, this boy wanna smash you. She was like, "What you mean? This
That's what
boy
he
wanna
want.
smash you? He ain't coming around here just be coming around. Straight, he wanna smash you. And once he smash you, you let him smash you. Guess what? He ain't even think about you no more. No, you come back with your feelings hurt, because try to tell you. I used to be one of those nappy-head boys.
I used to be
Trying to chase behind somebody and do the same thing.
After
Say
somebody
whatever
do it.
you want to hear to get, you know what I'm saying? So understand that, we go through things in life to help get somebody else out of the jam, so they ain't got to fall in the same hole. Now, if I've been filling a hole and I tell you, look, there's a hole out there, now you go out there you want to, but I've already experienced what the hole gonna do to my ankles.
So don't fall in the hole and then that like.
No, it's not even don't fall in the hole. Don't fall in the hole and act as if you didn't know there was a possibility of a hole to be out there. I told your ass.
That's what I
Don't
mean.
be shocked.
Don't fall in the hole and be like.
It's a hole.
Now you shocked that it's a hole. I told you it went outside.
But I'm gonna give you one better. Don't fall in the same hole. If you fall in the hole, make sure it's a hole that I ain't know about. Because you fall in the same hole, that means you watching me fall in the same.
You wanted to know what the hole had.
Exactly.
That's what it was. That's what it was.
Fall in the hole. And
You thought it was something special about that hole or something.
Yeah.
There's no reason you gonna follow behind the thing I told you.
Same.
I can change this hole.
Do as I say, not as I do. I mean, that is one of the biggest lessons, from my childhood. Do as I say, not as I do.
And
My parents didn't
the
even
biggest
tell me
lesson
that
for
a
me
lot.
that been
It was
important.
more hearing it around. Like, do as I say, not as I do. But I'm observing. So, and I always ask why. So it's like, why?
Yeah.
Like, because you saying something, but you're doing something else. I don't understand.
Yeah.
I used to get in trouble for asking why.
What?
Where now it's like, well, I'm glad I asked why. Because I was so inquisitive about why things work the way they work.
Yeah.
So I could understand how I needed to do
But
it.
it's just like you're talking about the steps.
The steps,
If you
right.
don't tell a person how to change or what to do to change, then they never gonna know what to do.
Mhm.
So it's just like talking
Man, my
to
older son
somebody.
asks why all the time, man.
There's nothing wrong with asking why. You're trying to teach them how to not be in the same position.
Sure.
But it's a way to ask why we won't come off disrespectful.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Some kids just ask why because they feel like they don't want to do it. Why I gotta do it?
No,
Oh,
my son asked why in the
Like,
the way he
inquisitive.
asked why it's like
Curious, like, why?
and I know me, so it's like I was they call me Curious George, and both of my sons are Curious George 1 and 2. So it's like
I'm 31 years old. I still probably get in trouble with my mom fast.
Really?
Where it's not really trouble. She's just like, you really can't tell. It's like, no.
I just
Like,
wanna know.
because how I've been conditioned, how I know, especially as a grown, I'm not moving unless I'm like, it has nothing to do with what I do. It's like, no, me as a human, like I can't move forward if I don't understand why what am I moving forward to?
Yeah, where you going?
My mother has 3 trash cans. This is the only story I know. It's really funny. She has 3 trash cans. Now, you know, most people have 2. Trash can and recycle.
I got
So I go to my mom's house. It's like, why you have 3 trash cans? What does she tell me? Just throw the stuff away. But I'm really asking why, because now I'm confused. Because it's like, wait, if it's 3, it's 1 for like black recycling. Like, I don't know what to say.
Yeah.
But that made her, she was so agitated. But knowing me, she like, you really just had to, I said, yeah, because I'm so used to 2. Like, this third choice is throwing me. Like, and I want to get this right, because I keep getting it wrong. I'm throwing trash and recycle. I'm throwing recycle and trash. Whatever that third one is for, I ain't even worried about that one. Like, so I'm doing it wrong. But again, that's me. Like you said, if you don't tell the person how, so she really just stopped like, look, this, if you would have did it the first time, we would have no issues.
You could have been straight.
I'm not doing this to annoy you. I really, for my own mental peace, like understanding why a thing is, helps me to just move forward with it. Forward and upward. It's the only direction I'm moving.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. Hit the decline. Decline. I ain't on live. Live. That's how I did, baby. Give me a minute. I'll get back with you. But so you know, what's next for Lord Fly? Moving forward in 2022, brand new year. I know you had some you know, you got rid of the old baggage 2021, 2022. What do you see yourself doing different this year that you didn't do last year?
Speaking my value and going to get it. That's why income was after, because ensuring that the energy I put out, the things that I do, the things that have been made tangible of me, I'm actually understanding how to receive from those to put it back into it. Where I'm not, everything is forward and upward. I'm not having to go left to understand this, just to apply it back. Like, no, keeping everything in front of me and being able to truly progress as Lord Fly and create some lasting things within this journey that not only to be remembered throughout my legacy, but to actually set me apart and to be that unique snowflake that we spoke about. Like, I want how someone knows Diddy, someone knows Jay-Z. You don't ask what they do, you know who they are. That's what I want to do for Lord Fly.
So this is your camera right here. Talk to the youngsters out there. Give them a 30-second motivational right here. This your people right here talking
I'm
to
gonna tell you, this is Lord Fly, Lordphly, spell it right, never get it wrong, just like you never apologize. Tell you now, get up, get at it, get to it. Get up, get at it, get to it. That it is whatever you see fit for it to be. That's why you need to learn yourself, to know yourself. Understand that time is your luxury. Own it. Don't waste it. Don't allow others to waste it for you. Ensure substance and reasoning with everything that you say or do. No just cause, no I don't know. If you don't know, figure it out. Or if you don't know, probably something you shouldn't be involving yourself in or offering your time to. So with that, just keep your mindset forward and upward. Understand yourself enough to never apologize for the dope that you possess and continue to progress towards your greatness. There's no fear, no worries, no apologies. Lord Fly told you so.
Well, that's awesome, man. I definitely appreciate you coming to the show, man. I have a special gift for you. This is for you to have a memory of this opportunity.
Oh, man, yes.
This is your very own Inside the Den
Oh, that's fire.
t-shirt.
And is that a lion in your face that makes you feel
Half man.
That's all
Got to have the heart of a lion.
Got to do it. Y'all
Got
see
the
it?
heart of a lion.
It's not then. Y'all
Yes.
see my man. This is art of the lion.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
So we do have those shirts on sale for $20 a piece. We got this shirt for sale, $20. But every guest to come on the show get one for free. So that's
Okay.
my gift for me to you.
Appreciate
just
that.
for taking our time to come on and sit down and talk to us,
Appreciate
man.
that. Appreciate that.
If y'all enjoying the show, I know we had some technical difficulties earlier, but we just vibed and everything.
Yeah.
If we had 2 cameras die, whatever, it's all good. That's why we got 8 of them, because we got more people coming on. But check this out. If you all are liking the show, this is season 2. I want to do a season 3 here soon. But I need to know that y'all still liking the show. Hit the subscribe button on YouTube. Inside the Den will be it will be uploaded when tomorrow? Tuesday. It'll be uploaded Tuesday on YouTube, Inside the Den. We went live on Facebook, Inside the Den, and Instagram on Inside the Den. Lord Fly, where you at?
Lord Fly, I am Lord Fly. That's I_am_Lord Fly. We was live on Facebook on mine. Had some technical difficulties with the IG, but y'all know we gonna get it all over the place. Y'all gonna make sure you see. That's why you spell it right, never get it wrong, because I'm the only one that spelled that way.
Yes,
I'm gonna get to me.
yes. So yeah, we just having a good time, and I appreciate them coming out. You're going to see some of his artwork at the end of the show, so you all stand by to see the edited version Tuesday, and we'll see y'all next time. This is your boy Daniel Lyndon Evans, as always. We're having a good time. We'll see y'all soon. Peace.
Peace.
Hey, stand for nothing, you'll fall for anything. Yeah. I'm a lion, and ain't nothing but anything. We on fire, and my brothers, they on fire too. And we'll fight for each other, that's what lions do. Progression of the team is the purpose of our devotion. You can see that we've been working and really having some motion. None of it was given, you know that we had to hustle. And that's just how it is when you coming about the struggle. They say it takes a village when you raising a child. And they all turn into your family after a while. We gotta feed into each other, show love to one another. Not a race, but I know we can all finish the mile. When we step up in the den, you letting go of your past. You the only person that can really hold yourself back. The pride and strength of a lion is truly a match. Everybody has it when you a part of the pack. Now this ain't the type of place that'll judge you for who you are. We just get you on your way to becoming a superstar. I told you once before and I can tell you again. Come and join the brotherhood if you really just trying to win. What's up? Brothers need to stick together. As a team we can make it wherever. Just tell me how you feel. Just tell me if it's real. Brothers need to stick together. As a team we can make it wherever. Just tell me how you feel. Tell me how you feel. Just tell me if it's real. Tell me how you feel. Yeah. Inside of the den, the one, many.
May I introduce myself?